students, today we were discussing in the morning about the historians and their sources. You know what is a source? The point where something springs into being. Means from where we are able to get some information, so some materials or something that we want. That is spring. That something, the place from where something comes out. That is source. So historians means persons who are searching for evidences of the developments. Either it may be material development, social development, scientific development. In any way, for that we must get some evidences. When I speak, there was a civilization named Harappan. So I should be able to give some evidences of that. And I must be able to say what and how the civilization flourished in that area. If I simply speak, people may not believe me. So I must point out or bring out the materials that are available for me to tell to the world that there was a civilization. In the modern period, if I want to say that India got independence from the rule of the British to a child just born or 5 years or 10 years, I must have some evidences to show. I must be able to bring the records and tell him these are the evidences. Because modern period everything is written down. So, for a historian, the source is something from which he brings the proof, evidences, things that this thing has happened, or the things happened in this way. So that is the source. So we need sources for our studies. So important sources for study. Inscriptions are there, architecture are there, textual records are there, and coins. What is the importance of coins? Coins will say who has made that coin. Coins may be of gold, maybe of silver, even iron coins, but it will have the name of the king who has made that coin, or in whose name it is made, or who has authenticated that coin. Inscriptions will say, inscriptions means writings. It may be on stone, it may be on metal. So it is not easily wiped out. Sometimes the inscriptions will carry the name of the person who has ordered to inscribe, and sometimes the person who has inscribed also. Both may be available. Inscriptions are just like a modern letters. When we send a letter, we write who has sent the letter. Then the buildings will give a lot of informations to us. how the building is constructed, how much technologically developed the people were of that time. How did they take the stones to construct the building? How did they plan out the buildings? And how did the people live in such kind of buildings? These facilities or these records will make us to understand the social life of the people, technological development of the people of that time. So that are sources for historians. Then textual records means written records. In ancient time there may not be so much textual records, but in medieval period there were written records. Even Bible is a written record. The written records of Vedas may be oral, but the oral records, communications that were being passed from one person to another. So all those things will give how did the people live, or what are things they need, and what was their thinking. We get all those informations from the sources. The sources are coins, inscriptions, architecture, textual records, or any other such kind of informations. So they are sources. People used some other sources. Holy text. Holy text means records or writings about the words about individuals who spoke the words of God, or in the modern period people believe in such kind of records. That is holy text. The religious books of different religions. Bible, Guru Granth Sahib, the books in Mahabharata, in Ramayana, and even Gita. Gita is part of Mahabharata. So those books are considered holy. They are considered as important by the religious members. Chronicles of rulers, writings are about them, about the rulers. Writings about rulers. So how did they rule? How did they look after administration? What were their advantages? What were the disadvantages of their administration? All those records will also help the historians to know about the history. The letters, the letter that is sent from one place to another, the teachings of saints. Modern period letter writing is very less. But you take your phone and ring up to your friend and tell what was the situation in your area, how the things are going on, what is happening in your area. When I was young, we used to write letters to the parents. I have traveled to this place is like this. It has got so many historical monuments, structures. The clues, the school is like this. Buildings are like this. So those letters are really speaking the records about the geographical explanation of this place. The saints of that time, they used to, their teachings are recorded. Then if we give a petition to the court and the judgments of the court, all those things are sources for historians. Accounts, how tax is collected, how much tax is collected, for what tax it is. Everything is recorded. So those records, when we come to know, when we get those records, we understand that these things were existing like this. This is the way the taxes were collected. For this purpose only the tax was collected. Or the tax was used for this purposes. Those informations would help us in historical knowledge. So this historical knowledge, the sources, what do we do with it? It may be manuscripts. The important writings of the books are preserved by wealthy people, because at that time purchasing a book was not easy for an ordinary person. Manuscripts, it is written by hand. Manuscripts means materials are written by hand. So for translating or taking one more copy of the book, we have to spend a lot of money. Ink was not available as such. Paper was very difficult to be collected. So it was very difficult for all the materials that could be used to make a book or a manuscript. So naturally, ordinary people cannot purchase those things. So wealthy people, rich people could purchase books, and sometimes rulers could purchase books. Monasteries and temples, only these were the sources where books could be found, because only they could purchase books. An ordinary person cannot purchase a book. He cannot even imagine about having a manuscripts in his house. So the places where all these manuscripts, documents are kept, we call it archive. The manuscripts are kept, documents are kept, petitions copies are kept, the decision copies are kept. They are written down and kept in the official cupboards or boxes. So such kind of places we call it archive. So archives were there in the houses of rulers, monasteries, temples. We have got a national archives. This is in Delhi. All the official documents, records of ancient time onwards, whatever is available, are preserved and kept. Nowadays it is being computerized. Earlier it is there as it is. So place where these records are kept are known as a archive. So all these things would help us in our knowledge about history. Thank you very much.